I think one of the most profound experiences I've actually had in nature, I was actually with a group of people and we were walking and it was a crisp fall day, which is by far my favorite season. And then I said, everyone just stop. And it was actually just deafening silence. No wind, no leaves rustling, no nothing.
Another simple place is my back deck in my backyard. And I just see the birds, the squirrels, rabbits in the early morning, just running amok out there, doing what they do. Everything is, you can almost hear it growing. You can almost hear it breathing. And I'm happy to sit out there with a cup of coffee and let it be what it is and be part of it. I almost feel like I've been given permission to exist with it because I am part of it and it is part of me.
There was a tree outside my kitchen window when I first moved to Seattle that you could tell what time of year it is just by looking at that tree.
It's to go around sunset, and I refer to that as the moment that the sun kisses the sky goodnight, right? And there's just like a closing kind of energy and shift to the day that occurs that you can kind of smell and feel the evening coming in that I really enjoy. That's peaceful, that allows time for like reflection and meditation that's necessary.
I'm 6'5" and built like a linebacker, and I don't live in a world that is very conducive to that. And growing up in Washington State, I felt small. And I saw nature around me when I would go into the mountains and look at the moon or drive through the fog into the mountains. It made me aware that I was not the master of my world.
Just leaning against a tree, you can feel it. You can say, wow, I'm a part of this. This is my community. This is something beautiful. This is something I would like to see here forever. And I think a lot of people just going outside and having that appreciation, I think, would help people move forward in their thinking.
You know, it's seeming to be harder to find places that are very quiet and tranquil because they're consumed with just buildings, cars, structures. It's hard to go on a hike and you're not going to a parking lot initially where there's tons of cars. You can't even find a parking spot to go hiking.
I just think that we live on a really beautiful planet. Like there's just we don't have another planet to like look at and be like, well, that's really pretty too. Like we can't just like move to Mars. I know some people are probably trying to, but like the human race is not going to find anywhere else, you know?
I mean, if you ever sat by a river or went on a beautiful hike, I think you feel that connection with the planet. We've lost a little bit of that because, you know, we now live in these very concrete jungles.
You know, the earth has everything we could ever need. The earth is able to grow flowers and it's able to give us the supplies to build iPhones and laptops. Like it's just, the earth is full of unknown possibilities, and it's important to me that we protect all of those possibilities.
I think we are going to hopefully wake up one day and people will realize that, you know, the beautiful things on this planet that they enjoy so much are going away. These things are going to disappear. You know, these animals are going to disappear. People's homes are going to disappear.
So like our oceans, our mountains, the air that we breathe, the clean air that we breathe, clean water, like all of the basic necessities for life, like that's worth saving, but also the things that just make life worth living, like the things that are bigger than ourselves, that's worth saving. And I think we too often take those things for granted.
I read somewhere once that walking is the fastest pace for noticing. And I think that that's true, that the slower we walk, as we walk through nature, as we walk around, the more that we see and the more we appreciate the beauty and the awe and the wonder of what God has created. And the more we grieve when we know that that is being destroyed in so many places.
You know, being able to make that climb to the top of, you know, like Half Dome, and just be able to look out in nature and just, you know, contemplate things. You know, nature always gives you something to look at, but a lot of the times to get to those places, you got to work for it, right? So it is taking that hike. It is, you know, getting up to the top of that mountain or whatever that might be, but it's about that journey to get there as well and contemplate that.
And you don't necessarily need to scale a mountain to be one with nature to have fun. You know, just going to a park or going to Alki or anything like that, just you can feel you're one with nature, you're there, you're around it, you're immersed in it. And just taking the time to appreciate that beauty.
Oh my gosh, look at the way the light is reflecting on this, or look at the colors of the leaves, or look at these tulips or crocuses or whatever. You know, it's just the water, it's glistening on the lake and blah, 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 and the snow, you can see the mountains out today, and just kind of marveling at how beautiful everything is. And I think I want to preserve that. I want to steward that well and not see animals become extinct and beaches disappear underwater, and it's kind of serious business now.
So I'm very interested in protecting the earth to ensure that future generations can have nice spring days and are able to reap the benefits that I've had and that generations before me have enjoyed.
My version of beauty is quiet and tranquil within the earth, and that could be under the water, that could be in a forest, and those are the things that we need to protect.
There are so many amazingly beautiful things about this planet, and it really is crucial for us as humans to have that connection with nature. It heals us, it repairs us. You talk about joy, and that's exactly what it fills our buckets again. That's my soapbox. That's my soapbox.
How do you feel connected to our planet? Where do you go to find peace, to heal and find hope? This planet is our only home, and we are connected to it and to each other as a family. So let's sit down and talk about what we love about this home. Let's start a conversation about how we are connected to Earth and to each other. Let's discuss what we can do together to protect it, to save what Carl Sagan called this pale blue dot. Interact in the comments below. And if this is a conversation you want to keep going, start by subscribing to this channel, because we'll be back with more of this important conversation soon.